So businesses really go through several phases as they grow. Not to label them, but they're pretty obvious. When you go from a couple of co-founders and a couple of people to 10 people, that's a big switch, right? And when you go from 10 to 20 or 30, that's another big switch. When you go from there to 100 or so, and the business will keep evolving, and there's a lot of growing pains at every stage of that growth. Some has to do with people not evolving into the titles or positions they had hoped to be. Some has to do with just managing personalities. I think managing personalities is always another one of the biggest jobs that the CEO has, right? So keeping people motivated, understanding the dynamics of a culture and an organization and how it works. And those things continually change as the company grows. Once you add workers that maybe aren't in the same office, it becomes incredibly challenging too. That's one of our biggest challenges. We have 20 people here, but we have people in New York and San Francisco, Boston, all around, and keeping them ingrained with the culture and understanding how we work as a company is a huge, huge challenge. And it's expensive. We invest heavily to bring people in and out from there to here and here to there, so there's a lot of cross-cultural growth. And I think that's a big challenge and a growing pain that you'll deal with as your company evolves. But understanding that companies go through phases is a real awakening for a lot of first-time CEOs, because they think, hey, we're gonna work hard, play hard, build a business. And, maybe that's great for the first 6 months of your life, right? When you're 3 or 5 people. But after that, you actually have to grow up. And you got to put your big boy pants on or your big girl pants and understand that I've really got to grow a company here. And at different stages, my company requires a different level of management and a different perspective. And all of a sudden, you can't just be buddy-buddy with everybody. And you need to understand, how do I treat people with respect and keep them excited and interested, but also at the same way manage them in a way that's right for the company's growth. And that's a big challenge for a lot of first-time CEOs and startup people, right? It's completely different when there's just 3 or 5 people in a room trying to build a business than when you're 20 or 30 people, and you need to manage it differently. So there's a lot of growing pains that CEOs and first-time startup people go through, and being aware of when those transitions occur is really the key. And reaching out and getting advice and understanding that the way you did things yesterday might not be okay to do them tomorrow is a real learning process. And you have to really be sensitive to that as the company evolves and changes.